Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you travel with a cat, dog, bird, or reptile, you're going to want to stay tuned for this video. So a few months ago, we adopted an Australian Shepherd named Toby from the Humane Society, and we wanted to be able to take him with us on our RV trips. And so we started gathering all the safety equipment. We got the seat belt for him for while he was traveling with us in the truck. We got a pet hub harness or a pet hub tag for him in case he got away. And one of the pieces we were missing was being able to monitor the temperature of the RV if we had to leave him in the RV alone. And so we wanted to find something that would not only keep a temperature monitor that we could look at, but also would alert us if it got too hot. Because really, when the power goes out in the RV, and if you don't have an auto gen start that will kick on when the power goes out, we wanted to be able to monitor that temperature so we would know that something was up with the RV power and we had to get back pretty quickly. So the product we selected was the Temp Stick, and we actually interviewed the CEO of Temp Stick on our podcast Beyond the Wheel, and I'll put a link to that in the description. We selected Temp Stick because, first of all, it's battery operated, it's not connected to power. And then if your hotspot is charged, you can, it will still maintain that connection because neither are connected to power. So it'll still monitor the temperature, and it will send you an alert, actually an email or a text, if your temperature rises above any alerts that you have set. And you can customize those alerts to whatever temperature and whatever message you want. And that should give you time to get back to the RV in time to remediate the situation so your pet isn't stuck in some hot RV that they cannot potentially handle. Because just like in a vehicle, when you park it and leave it just for a few minutes, it starts to heat up really fast. Another thing about the Temp Stick is that you can look at the charts and the monitors. They keep the data forever right now. And the beautiful thing is there's no subscription. So you buy the device and you're able to use all the features right away. In this video, I will go through the setup and then I'll talk about my thoughts on the product since we've been using it for a little bit. Now, when you open the box, here's what's inside. You get the Temp Stick itself, instructions, 2 lithium batteries, and some Velcro. And it's very important inside the quick start guide to follow the directions because the setup is not exactly how you would expect it to go. And there's also a having problems card with a 1-800 number that's answered 7 days a week. So if you need support, they're there, especially for people that go out on the weekend RVing and you haven't set it up and tested it out. This is the way to go. If you're having trouble, give them a call, whether it's a Saturday or Sunday, and somebody will be there to assist you. So now we have our instructions, and the first thing you're going to want to do is put in the 2 lithium batteries. And you should see the blue light flashing on the front, which means it's ready for setup. And to set it up, now we got to get on the phone and do some things through our phone to set this device up before we actually connect it to Wi-Fi. So here we are on the phone, and you're going to want to go to your settings tab and go to your Wi-Fi and select the one that says sensor setup. So once that's on, then you can, once that's selected, you can minimize that and go to open up your web browser and type in 10.10.1.1 to access the device. And it's going to bring you to the setup page. And so you'll select the network that you want to put it on, and we're going to put ours on our PEP wave network, which is in our RV. And then you're going to want to enter the password. Now once the password's entered, it's going to test the connection, and this might take a few seconds, and it'll say Wi-Fi setup complete. And then you're going to want to create a new account on the Temp Stick site so you're able to access all of the features. So you can just scroll down and put in your email and your password, and it's a double entry to make sure you have your password correct. Then you want to go to your photo and open up those instructions, and there's a QR code that you can scan, and it's going to open your app store and allow you to select the app. I already had it downloaded, so then I can just open it. And it gives you that login info. So what you just put in on the setup process, go ahead and enter that. So I'll just enter my email again and my password. Then it's going to open up the dashboard for this device. And as you can see, it'll show you the sensor, the date range, and then any temperatures. Now this one is not correct because it says it could take about an hour to give you the correct temperature. And then if you go over to alerts, you can create a new alert, which is what we wanted to do for the temperature in the RV. And so we'll set it up to a temperature of, let's say, 82 degrees. So at 82 degrees, it will give you an alert. And then you can go down and edit the alert message that it will text you and email you. So we'll just add in there that it is too hot for Toby. So then you can click done, and you can add contacts, and you can add as many contacts as you want. So I've created Julie and me, and then you can send a test alert, and I'll just send it to myself, and we'll see if we get the text message. It'll take, a few seconds like normal text messages do. And then while we're waiting on that, we can check out some of the other features. So you can look at the sensor data. If you have multiple sensors, it'll show up here. And in the sensor settings, oh, there's our text message. Let's check it out. So here you see the text message came through. It is too hot for Toby. It's above 82. So that's pretty fast, the message that comes through. So let's go back to our sensor settings, and you can change the recommended time for the reading for 60 minutes, 30 minutes, or 15 minutes. There's also some additional things you can toggle. One is to send the readings more often if the sensor is above or below the chosen values. And the other is the sensor data calibration, and then you can just save that. And then you see down there, it just gives more info about your sensors. And then you can look at your account. You can choose where your time zone is, so it sends the time correctly. And if you want Fahrenheit or Celsius, and then you enter your contact information and fill that in. And then we're back at the dashboard, and you can see it shows the temperature of 95.2 with the humidity of 46.5. And that's right, because in my RV right now, there is no power. So we are not running the AC. So that's as easy as it is to set up. It's pretty simple. So I just want to show you as part of the review what the dashboard will look like after you have multiple recordings. So it shows the temperatures and humidity, the low, the high, the average, and then it'll also graph it for you. And then just the information on your active sensors there at the bottom of the dashboard. So really handy and really good. As part of the review, I just want to say, go over the pros and cons that we've found. The pros, definitely no external power is a great thing. The batteries seem to last a long time. They're the lithium energizer batteries, I believe. So they have a long battery life. There's no subscription, which I can't say is, I mean, that con just outweighs everything else. There's no subscription fee. Once you buy the device, it's yours and you can access all the features on the website for tracking your sensors and if you're just using it for temperatures in your RV, it's perfect. The text and email feature when you are outside of those alerts that you have set is also a very good thing. It will text you and email you. You saw how fast it was during the setup portion of the video. So we really like that feature instead of having to actually pull up the website every so often or open the app every so often and check the temperature. It'll just text you if anything's out of your specifications, which is excellent. And you can have multiple sensors. So if you wanted to use them for an RV, you could put them down in your storage bays or in your battery bays to make sure that maybe in the winter it's not getting too cold. So you can have multiple sensors on your account, and that's also a benefit. Or you can have one in your RV and one in your house. So if you're away from your house and you want to see if the temperature's going crazy in there, you can have one in each and it works out well as well. A couple of the cons, it's a bit pricey. It's currently, as we make this video, it's $139. So that's a little pricey at first glance, but when you think about other Internet of Things type devices, that's not bad. And there's no subscription. So you pay that $139 and as long as that thing will last, you have access to all the data. So that's really good. So that makes that 139 not seem so bad when you think about everything that comes with it. And also you get what you pay for, and that's the same with electronics. You know, you want the good quality electronics when you're using it for pet safety or for home safety. You want to be able to have the good, reliable technology. It does depend on a good Wi-Fi signal. So if you're in an area with a bad signal or no signal, the Temp Stick is not going to take those readings. It will store those readings and send them after it gets a signal, but you want to make sure you have a good signal. For most RVers, they have hotspots, and you know, you can leave that thing running and not plugged in, so it's just on battery power, and that will work sufficiently. But if you ever lose your signal, then the Temp Stick really won't work during that time. It'll work, but it won't alert you, I should say. So overall, we recommend this if you are traveling with pets and you want to monitor the temperature inside the RV. Like I said at the beginning, it can get quite warm in the RV if you're somewhere, like we're in Virginia right now, it's 90 degrees outside and very humid. So if the power goes out in the RV, we will heat up very fast before if we don't start up the generators or switch over to the inverter to run the AC for a while to cool it off. So I definitely recommend the Temp Stick. And, you know, again, it's $139, but that's to access all the features forever. So that's really good. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. And if you did, please consider clicking that like button and subscribing to the channel. And we will be back in with another video next week. And until we see you on the road, safe travels, everybody.